Back on the special coverage as we are building up to the poll date announcement, and as a departure from norm, this time around the Election Commission is going to do it from the Akashvani building, ladies and gentlemen, All India Radio building. Arunima is joining us with big announcement. There is deployment, boots on ground. 1,500 troops from the CRPF have been deployed in Gujarat. Total deployment around the elections could be around 30,000 troops. Especially surprisingly, as Shivani was just telling us during the break, it's surprising because reports suggest that this time around the number of critical zones in Gujarat is the least number over the last 2 decades odd. But there are going to be nearly 30,000 troops on ground. So let's ask Arunima, what's the thought process behind this? Critical zones come hai, but boots on ground 30,000. Why, Arunima?
It could be lesser, Anand. You know, last time 32,000 total central forces were there on the ground, along with about 60,000 state police. That was also the year when Gujarat was battling floods. So perhaps in some areas, more booths were needed to help voters come out of critical areas and reach the booth. This time around, already 162 companies of CRPF. Each company has about 100 troops there. So 162 company means more than 16,000 troops from CRPF and more than 40 companies from the BSF. So total of about a little more than 20,000 are already there on the ground from the main two paramilitary forces of CRPF and BSF. Additionally, some forces from SSB, from ITBP could also go, but total deployment will be slightly lesser than last time. Perhaps the reason could be, like you and Shivani have been pointing out, that critical zones are less this time. But Election Commission, before holding this press conference, you can see there the last minute paraphernalia being readied on stage there. This is the Rang Bhavan auditorium of Akashvani. Like you said, this is at least a departure from convention. Election Commissioner last time said we are following convention, and that is why Himachal and Gujarat are not being announced together. But at least one thing is a departure from convention.
Before you tell us more about the press conference, I just wanted to understand from you this deployment story a little bit better. Now, these are election date announcements, and then deployment has been made even for the election date announcement. Do you see parallels of this happening before, and what could be the factor involved here?
No, not really, Shivani. This is preparatory arrangement. You know, in the run-up to the elections, forces are deployed because what happens is central forces from all over the country reach the headquarters. Once they reach the headquarters, then the local district officials decide which district they should be sent to, which taluka, which tehsil they should be sent to, and that movement takes time. That is why just before announcement of the polls, before the model code of conduct sets in, after the announcement today, the model code of conduct will be there in place. So before all of that, central forces have been told, central paramilitary forces have been told how many booths are required, and they've all been brought together and they're reaching headquarters. From here on, their movement towards smaller locations.
Why these booths? When kuch to hai, what is happening? You know it better. 12 minutes ahead and piche there are slide presentations. So 2 points I want to understand. Why these boots on ground? And secondly, are there 2 phases or 1 phase? Piche wo presentation mein kahin leak to nahi hua?
Not really. I wish, Anand, that I could give you the information before CEC announced that. Even when he begins the press conference, trust him to first give you the breakup of what is the total voter population, what is the total booth count that we are looking at. It's only towards the end, when you're at the wit's end of your patience, will he tell you whether it's a 2-phase poll or not. But again, I will harp back on the line that he gave us about convention. 2017, it was 2-phase polls, and all indications that this time around also Gujarat could vote in 2 phases. Last time, December 18th is when the counting happened. This time, in all likelihood, it will be December 8th because that's the day Himachal's counting is happening as well. So if 8th is the counting day,
New Year
you
ki
need at least
cancel.
3-4 days in advance.
Okay. New Year ki chutti cancel for a lot of people.
Not really, Anand. By 8th, if the decision comes, 31st you can go on leave. But I just wanted to tell you, if 8th is the counting, it takes you about 3 to 4 days from interior areas to bring your EVMs to the counting stations. So most likely by 4th you will see, 4th or 5th you will see the second phase, and by the end of November or 1st of December you could see the first phase.
Let me bring in the guests again
to confirm that.
And